Hello. Hello. I am Alicia Richard and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the ultimate place where we talk about locks, life, and the Lord. And girl, every now and then you get a little pep talk, okay? But in today's video, I am going to be showing you all how I assess my locks. And I'm just going to call this the lock assessment. Excuse me if that is a social worker in me, okay? But if you think about it, we assess everything else sometimes, right? We go to the doctor, we get a checkup, they check our blood pressure, we may get some blood work, like you go and see how your body is doing. So let's see how this hair is doing. A lot of times you need to go to the therapist so they can see how, your behaviors and all of that is doing. How about your hair? So in this video, I'm going to call this a hair assessment because I am literally going through almost each strand of my hair and I am looking at those specific locks. And when I am looking at my locks, these locks, every lock that is on your hair, it tells a story. Every lock goes through its own individual lock journey. And sister, friend, you need to look through your locks every now and then to see what is going on. So in this video, I am literally going through my hair almost lock by lock so that I could see how my locks are doing. How are my extensions maintaining? And I am looking to see, is any of the locks, are they detaching from my natural hair? I am also looking to see how strong is that attachment and if I need to do anything in specific with my locks and my lock extensions. And also a lot of times I like to go through my hair just in case, like I may have to tell my loctician, hey, this lock may look like it's coming out or whatever. So I do my own lock assessment where I literally, and I'm going to show you in the video, like go through my locks, like literally lock by lock. I have over 440 locks, about 448, I believe. And that's only because my head is big. Okay, so me and you may not have the same amount of locks, and that is fine, but my head is big and I do have sister locks. If you are new to this channel, I've had my locks for about 8 years. It'll be 9 years in 2026, and I got extensions in September of 2025. So I am going through my hair to see how it is doing. Now here are a few things I am going to show you all. I'm holding my phone in my hand, but there are a few things that I have that I legit keep in my handbag, and I'm going to show y'all some of the things that are in my handbag because I do have my lock extensions. You never know when you might need to do a repair, so I'm going to show y'all what's in my handbag. Do not judge my life. Don't judge me. Don't judge me because you will be judged also. Okay, so this is a serious matter. It really is. I'm going to show y'all what's in my bag. Don't judge me. Now, this is where I'm going to use my country girl voice. Now, this is my handbag, and I keep crochet hooks in my handbag, y'all. I mean, I really do. Because you never know, like when, I don't know when I'm going to need to repair a lock. So I went on Amazon and I bought these crochet hooks off of Amazon. I'm gonna link like my shop or whatever in the show notes. But I have multiple like crochet hooks that are in my handbag. And I keep these things. So I keep the ones that are like the one, I don't even know how to differentiate them, but it's either like one hook, two hooks, or three hooks. So the black ones are the old ones, and I also have like a small crochet hook that is in this little Ziploc pack as well. Okay, so this is what I keep in my handbag because I don't know when I'm traveling if like a lock may detach. So that's in my handbag, girls. Now here you will see where I am assessing my hair, and this day I noticed that one of the locks are holding on, is really holding on to God's unchanging hand. And I said, oh my Lord, this locks right here look like she is in need of some repair. So what I did was I went ahead and I looked at this lock and I said, oh my gosh, like this lock is coming loose. So I pulled it off. Like I just pulled the extension off of my natural hair. So here you can see I am holding my real hair that is there, and I am also holding the extension in my hand. So from this, again, I use my handy dandy hook tools because I need to reattach this lock. This is so funny to me. So as you can see, all right, so my extensions are 12 inches. So what I do is I go ahead and I grab my lock extension, my crochet tools that are in my bag. And what I'm going to do is, now I normally like to pick the different ones that are in my bag. So I normally work with like the individual one, or the one that does have like the two, I guess, I don't know the real terms of it because I'm not a hairstylist. I just do retightenings. So I'm gonna use these tools, right? So what I'm gonna do is I normally go in with like that one hook, and I normally would like unravel the ends of my natural hair first. So I would just go through and like literally like unravel or untwist or untie, whatever you want to call it. So I legit would just go in and try to unravel as much of my hair. So for me, I try to do about maybe an inch and a half or maybe 2 inches from the bottom of my hair. So as you can see here, now this is a very tedious process. So what I notice myself when I am doing it, I actually like to use like a safety pin. Like really, for me, like a safety pin is the best thing that I could do, because my locks are like locked. It's like 8 years worth of locks. So it's a little bit harder to unravel or untwist or unlock my hair. So as you could see here, I am going through and I am doing at least like 1 inch. And what I like to do is continue to like separate my lock. So as you could see there, this is my real hair, and I am separating my natural hair, and I am doing about 1 inch or maybe 2 inches away. So again, I am just going through trying to separate my natural hair so that my natural hair could get prepared for the lock extension. So for me, I like to add just a little more like to my natural hair. Like I like to untie it a little bit more, or unloose it just a little bit more, because I'm not a pro at this, and I want to give my hair, both my natural hair and my extension, enough time to kind of just merge together, if that makes sense, like marry each other, right? I really want my lock extensions and my natural hair to really marry and join and be a union. So that is why I go a little bit higher for me personally, because I really want to make sure that my natural hair and that human hair extensions are attached to each other, and that bond is strong enough that in the future it does not separate. So that is why I am going through making sure that my natural hair is separated enough, and I am going to talk just a little bit more about the extension part. So as you can see here, I now have my human hair lock extension, and I am doing the same thing. I am unloosing the lock extension enough so that I can attach it to my human hair. So with the extension, this part isn't as tedious because I don't know. I'm still doing the same process as far as making sure that it is loose enough so that I can marry it. But with my natural hair was locked for 8 years. So of course that was a little bit harder. But for the lock, doing like unloosen the extension was a little bit easier. That's what I'm trying to say. So as you could see that I am like unloosing the extension as well, so that I'm doing about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches worth of loosing that extension out so that I can attach it to my sister locks. Now, this is my disclaimer. This is my own method. I don't know how the professionals do it because they didn't give me a tutorial. So I'm using my God-given sense to tell you how I do it, because I don't know how the professionals do it. So I went to the girlies on YouTube and they showed me, and now this is the Alicia Richard way. Now, if you find another way, then that's how you do it. And excuse my country accent that is coming out right now, but I just want to make sure that y'all understand that this is the Alicia Richard way. If you find another way, then I'll be glad to look at your video. But this is how I'm reattaching my lock extensions. So as you can see here, I am extending some more of my locks as well. And yes, I do need a filling. So don't judge. So I like to create a Y, right? So I like to create the letter Y. Now, as I am creating that, I like to extend like my Y for both my sister lock and my lock. So as you can see here, how I am attaching these things, y'all. So I am attaching them together, like I'm putting my Y's together. As you can see, and I'm trying to do it as much in a video as I can, but I am literally like adding the two Y's together. So I want to make sure that the extension hair and the lock hair is kind of just like intertwined, that they are matching, that they are becoming. Yes, so I am making sure that these two locks are really becoming one, that they are a union. So the reason why I have added hair in the extension and to the lock is because I want to make sure that with my twos that I am able to like interweave that hair. So what I like to do is I like to go through with like the individual, like the one pronged crochet hook, and I just kind of like to just like put the hair inside of one hair. So I am literally kind of just weaving it through. As I am weaving it through, I do like to rotate the lock as well so that it could intertwine like in different ways. So this is again just my method. So as you see here, I'm trying to get in the video as much as I can, but I am literally like adding the hair to my sister lock, attaching the extension to my sister lock, and kind of just turning my lock as I do it. So that is how I am attaching my lock. I continue again, kind of, you just, like put in that crochet hook right into your lock, and also turning the lock as well. As you can see, my fingers are literally turning the lock. So that is how I interlock mine. I just continue to do this, and I would honestly sit in the mirror and I would just continue. Now I'm also lifting the crochet hook, so I like to lift the crochet hook and tuck it back in, kind of like lift and tuck, lift and tuck, lift and tuck. And as I'm doing that, I'm rotating. Now if this ain't your jam, then don't try to do it yourself. Going back to the lady and let her do your hair. But for me, I don't have time to do that, so I need to look right every time I go out. So that's why I take the time to look at my hair to see how it's doing. So every now and then I will go back through like with the two crochet hooks that is on there, and I would just continue to do that same motion. And sometimes I would use the two crochets hook, but I really do like the way that the individual hook work, because I feel like it's more effective, and I'm not a pro at this, I'm a beginner. So this is my method of reattaching my lock extension to my sister locks, and this took me about 15 to 20 minutes to do it. And again, I want to make sure that I am attaching it. So a few minutes later, what I did was I am going back through, and as you could see here, those locks are really coming together. Now this again is my method, where I am using this individual lock tool and I'm showing it to you, where I am going back in. So any strand that is out, I am adding that strand back to that sister lock. I am adding those strands back to that lock extension, and I am repeating this motion over and over. Now here's the thing. With the last few things that I am going to do, this isn't the finished result, but this is to show you like how it's coming together, right? So one of the things that I do is I take the very smallest crochet hook and I begin to like hook it through my sister lock. and then I just crochet it a few times, and I do it in different directions. Now this is my way. Again, I don't know how the professionals do it because this ain't my career and this ain't my forte. This is the Alicia Richard style. So I need to make sure that when I'm walking around, when I'm singing, when I'm at work, that ain't none of these locks coming off. So this is the way I crochet it in back together. Now again, if you want to do your video, that's fine, but this is how I'm going to do my video. And I think that by the time I finish, it has been very effective of looping my lock back in. So again, I am ensuring that my locks are together by adding that crochet hook, and I am putting it through the different parts of the attachment, and I am going back through and I am making sure that those locks are holding together pretty good. Now again, this is my method of what I do, and I'm not a professional, but if you took anything from this video, just make sure that you have your locks together. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'm going to continue to interlock this together so that y'all could see how I am interlocking this hook, so you could using this crochet hook right here and looping my hair through. So here I am continuing again to crochet my hair through on the locks, and this is how I am doing it, by adding that attachment and pulling that hair all the way through so that I can make sure that it is together. Yes, so I'm kind of just pulling on the lock to make sure that this thing is nice and tight and right, and that it is in. And the next time I look at this little lock right here, that she is not coming out. So I want you all to see, I think this is the finished result. What I'll probably end up doing is just going back in again to making sure that it's secure, and I am also comparing that lock to like the other locks that are beside it. So as you can see here, like I'm really looking to make sure that it's attached, that if there are any additional strands, that I am catching those additional strands and putting those hairs back into the lock. So again, you could see me doing that circular motion with my crochet hook, going back into those locks to making sure that that lock is secure, and I know that if any lock come out, it won't be this one anymore. So again, I am just applying the same thing that I was talking about, rotating my hair, adding that crochet hook, getting those additional strands that may be loose, and I am making sure that my hair is married together to that lock extension. So that is the process that I do to reattach my lock. And then again, I use the two crochet hooks or the individual crochet hooks interchangeably so that I could get the look that I desire with my lock extensions. So now that I am finished, I am showing you the bonnet that I normally put on my hair at nighttime, which is a satin bonnet. And I do like section by section with my hair because these extensions are really, really long. So I just make sure that I kind of just, put like certain sections in at a time. And I really just like put all of my hair into that bonnet. And again, there's some hair there that's left, y'all. And I make sure that all of my hair is inside of that bonnet as I am getting ready for bed. And that is how I go to bed before I take my shower, is I go ahead and put my satin bonnet on so that I am protecting my lock extensions and my hair. Because when you pay a lot for your hair, you really want to make sure that you are taking care of your hair. So that is how I get ready for bed before I take a shower. And because I gel my edges on the side, not gel. Well, yeah, I use gel. Because I gel my edges on the side, I do make sure that I wash it out. And then also these are the crochet hooks that I use to kind of just reattach my locks together when there seems to be a problem. I put them back in the bag, and then I also put these crochet hooks back into my handbag just in case something else comes along. Don't judge my life. Don't judge my life. But I have those items in my bag because you never know. Like, I don't know when my hair is going to do what it do. And here's the thing. I am a DIY girl, but certain things I am not going to DIY, okay? If that makes sense. Like, I knew that I did not want to add extensions to all 440 something locks in my hair. I know I didn't want to do that. However, if it's one lock or two locks, I could tackle that. I could do that myself. So I carry those tools because, for one, I don't have the time, the space, the money, or the mental capacity to keep going to the lady that did my extensions. So what I need to do as a wise woman, my mama said one day, my mama said, Alicia, you better learn how to add them extensions back and do it yourself. And I said, mama, my mama. I said, that makes so much sense. So I went on Amazon and I bought the crochet hooks and the tools that I felt like I needed. And I went on YouTube University and I saw how to reattach my locks myself. Now, I know certain things, like how I said, I'm not going to try to do a full head. However, I could do about 2 or 3 locks at a time. So that's why I carry, let's just call this my lock care kit. And that is with me every day. And just in case one of my locks decide to come out, I want to catch her before she fall. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed looking at my video. I was is coming out. So I really wanted to go through my hair that day so that I could see, because I think the next day I actually rolled my hair or something. I can't remember what I did with my hair. However, I wanted to go through to kind of just see like how my locks were doing, what kind of repairs that needed to be done. And I think it was pretty successful doing my hair myself. So leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any other questions or comments about this lock extension journey. And I will look forward to talking to you and seeing you in the next video. And make sure that you subscribe. And I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.